I support the liberation of Cuba. America recently took control of Venezuela's oil, and this has created an opportunity for the U.S. to deal with the Cuban situation. Cuba is reliant on Venezuelan oil for their survival. If the U.S. government was smart, then they would start dealing with the Cuban regime. However, I do not think America should colonize Cuba. America does not need to keep boots on the ground. I think America should focus on putting a new regime in power that answers to America's interest. We should also support free trade with them. I want a Cuba that is pro-America and a Cuba that has kicked the Russians out. I would support Cuban refugees in the US being the ones in control of Cuba because they would be easy to work with. Cuba is a vital part of America's national security. If any of America's enemies were to set up shop in Cuba, then that would pose a problem for the US homeland. So I would like to see Russian and Chinese influence removed from the island. Cuba being pro-American would be in the best interest for everybody. We do not need a repeat of the Cuban Missile Crisis. I would like to see Cuban refugees in the US get their homeland back. I would like to see a flourishing Cuba. I would like to see it have a strong economy and democracy. I would like Cuba to embrace tourism, casinos, and become a state where people can vacation without fear. A state with supermarkets filled with food and poverty drastically decreased. The problem is that I don't know if any of these things can be accomplished. Most of Latin America was colonized by the Spanish and Portuguese. This means that Latin America has inherited what I call the Spanish legacy of poverty. History has shown that this legacy is hard to overcome, even in the United States. I have much respect for the Cuban refugees that are trying to take back their homeland and the Cubans that want a better life. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic day or night.